You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 276. It's the Rusted Robot Podcast for Sunday, January the 26th, 2020.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations.
I am Locutus, a Borg.
You're like a machine underneath, right? But sort of alive outside?
I'm a cybernetic organism, living tissue over a metal endoskeleton.
I'm an android.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Counterfeit, facsimile, replica.
We need some sort of robot. Ah, crap! I'm some sort of robot.
As always, I'm your host Sean, and with me today is...
Josh.
How are you, buddy?
I'm not sick anymore, and Katie's not sick anymore.
Excellent news, glad to hear it. So it's been a little while since you've been on the podcast. The last time I recorded with Brother Robin, there wasn't anything last week, so there hasn't been a podcast for about 2 weeks.
What? Excuse me?
2 weeks!
Yeah, that wasn't contrived.
No, we didn't plan that at all.
No.
A little bit of total recall humor that we love to insert at all times. Or at least I do.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's a thing. So what's been going on?
Illness. Katie spent a week and a half just down.
And who is Katie?
Katie's my wife.
Ah, yes. And why is she not on the podcast this week?
That's because she's holding the Pokemon tournament for new release, pre-release
Pre-release?
this week at Jump City Comics.
Jump City. Timmins, Ontario, Canada.
That's the comic book she owns here in town.
Comic book shop, yes.
What did I say?
Comic book.
Oh, yeah.
We have lots of them. They're just over there.
I did see those, yes. The comic book store that she owns with her sister.
That is correct.
Ah, yes. Very good.
Do you remember where it is?
I do. Is it 38 Pine Street North in Timmins, Ontario?
It is.
Is it in the 101 Mall?
It is.
In the basement, or the lower concourse, as you...
Lower concourse, yes.
Turn right at the glass elevator?
Turn left at the glass
Left.
elevator.
Okay. Depending on
Turn
which way.
right. Turn
No.
right will send you towards other people.
Okay, we don't want that.
If you go upstairs and turn left, and then left again into the hallway, stop at the the silver frame door, and you can go see Dr. Rathel, the local dentist, one of the top ones in town.
Dr. Rathel is the top dentist. I hear he's a swell guy.
He's my go-to dentist.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
Okay. So that's a weird way to start a podcast.
Yeah.
But there's no format. We just do what we do.
Yeah, we kind of have a format.
We do. We have a general outline.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so normally I would start off with the celebrity death of the week, but I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to go topsy-turvy, turn things around. I'm going to talk about Star Trek Picard, because that's the main topic of the week. I've been waiting months and months for it. You saw it, right?
I saw the first episode, yeah.
OMG, Josh. What did you think? Really?
It was okay.
Star Trek is in my DNA. It's awesome. I know it's not perfect, but hear me out. Like, if I was not a fan or a casual fan, I would be lost, because they just shoot you right into the world. You're supposed to know who he is. You're supposed to know what Starfleet is. You're supposed to know what Romulans and Borgs and oh my, everything is. But it's like a fully inhabited world. They just, here you go.
So, the whole Picard side,
Yeah.
good.
Uh-huh.
The whole Picard side is good. The data
Dodge.
thing does not make sense in context of the universe.
They haven't explained very well. I'll give you that much.
Yeah, that whole...
Bruce Maddox was up to some shenanigans, apparently. Somehow.
Yeah, wow. Maddox was not the greatest. But, yeah, no.
No?
It doesn't make sense in universe.
That she could exist?
Yeah, exactly. Because, that's not how brain tissue works.
But it's the future!
Yeah, no. Also, what's with the androids destroying Mars?
And the 92,000 inhabitants? I don't know.
And I thought Mars was terraformed.
Maybe not fully. I don't know if we've ever been given that specific information. I know in an episode of Enterprise, when Mr. Robocop was going to blow it up, there were domes and things, so it wasn't fully terraformed.
Yeah, but that was 200 years before.
Yeah, but it takes a long time, maybe. And
it does, but about 100 years, they said in that episode of Star Trek Next Generation, where the bags of mostly water.
Ugly, giant bag of mostly water.
Right, home soil.
Yeah, I said it usually takes about 100 to 200 years to terraform a planet.
Yeah. Maybe Mars was a special case. Maybe they were being lazy. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more background information on it. It's a big thing, though, and I hope that doesn't mean that Geordi was on the planet and he got killed, too. That would be sad. I haven't read the comic books, so I don't know if poor old Geordi's still around or not. Do you know anything?
No, I didn't read the comics.
No. I know there's a place in town where you can probably buy comics.
Yes. Jump City Comics, 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, and you hear that sound, that means the warp engines have engaged thrusters and stuff.
I don't know if that's going to be picked up.
I don't know either, but for our listeners, in case they hear it, it's the heater, because it's cold outside, because we live in the north, and it's January.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Yeah, so Picard, awesome. What would you give it out of 10? Hard to say, because it's only the first episode.
So, I'm going to reserve a score, because it's the first episode, and like if I was going to give Next Generation a score on the first episode, it would not have done well.
Oh, no, that was bad.
So I'm going to reserve, and I'm going to give it the full 5 treatment.
Okay.
Rather than just 3.
Wow. It's a special case, because Star Trek is in your DNA as well.
I do like Star Trek.
Yes.
And then when they mess it up, I really hate it.
What did you think of the opening, where they played the Blue Skies song, which was the song Data sang at Riker and Troy's wedding in Star Trek Nemesis? Did you enjoy that? Was it nostalgic for you? Was it whatever?
Sure.
Okay. And then we saw a stylized version in HD of the Enterprise D in the Dream.
Sure. Yeah, that looked good.
That was nice.
Yeah.
David looks old.
Yeah,
they tried to de-age him, but
there's only so much you can do.
There's only so much you can do.
Like, Brent Spiner's a real human being.
He is, and he's in his 60s.
Yeah.
Or maybe more than that, I don't even know. He's old.
Yeah. Like, they did what they could.
Yeah.
And it's fine. We'll forgive little makeup things like that.
Well, sure, you have to give it some leeway. The only thing I really didn't like is that the episode was too short, and they never put the title across the screen anymore like they did back in the day.
Yeah, but this is also the first episode.
But they don't. Even in Discovery, they don't. They don't put the title on screen.
I don't know, watch enough Discovery to notice.
Yeah, I know you don't. Did you see the tie-in to Discovery, though? The boyfriend that got the heart chest knife stabbing thing, he was a Zahian, which was a species that was introduced in one of the short treks.
Okay.
You wouldn't know that.
Nope.
But it was nice just to have the little
Sure.
tie-in there.
I'm glad Worf looks like Worf still.
I know, that's what I was thinking when they showed the still photo of him. I'm like, okay, they didn't mess that up, which is good. I don't know if we'll actually see him in the show or not, but we got that much at least.
Any of the next gen cast might show up. It's fine.
Yeah, because we know Riker and Troy are coming because they've been in the trailers. We know Hugh is in the trailers. Who else? We had 7 and 9. She'll be around, I think, in episode 4.
Sure.
So. And did you know Star Trek Picard has already been renewed for season 2?
It was renewed before the episode 1 came out.
But they did it officially, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's official. And Star Trek Discovery, although it hasn't released season 3 yet, season 4 has been greenlit as well.
Okay.
And not only that, this past week at whatever conference, they announced 2 more live-action TV series. So we've got Discovery, we've got Picard, we've got Section 31 now in pre-production, we've got the 2 cartoons, and there's going to be 2 more live-action series. So that brings us up to 5.
That's too much.
I don't think it's enough.
I think it's too much.
I'm hoping one of them is going to be the Captain Pike series.
I'm Captain Christopher Pike.
Hit it.
Oh boy.
I think it's too much. You can't just shotgun and hope you hit things.
But they're not going to run them concurrently like they did Voyager and Deep Space Nine. They're going to have this season, and then the next season something else, then the next season, and then they'll keep going like in cycles. So it won't be too much.
It'll be too much.
It can never be enough.
Okay. Let's say they're doing, 13 episodes?
Picard's getting 10.
Picard's getting 10. All right, so 2.5 months, 3 months, let's say.
Yeah, till May sometime.
Yeah. All right.
March, I should say, March.
You're going to have to overlap them.
I don't know what they're going to do.
5 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Let's assume 10 episodes each.
Yeah.
You're going to end up having to overlap them.
Possibly.
Also, you need anticipation. If there's always a Trek on, there is no anticipation building for the next Trek coming.
I'm okay without the anticipation. I just want to watch Star Trek all the time. All the time, Josh. All the time.
Yeah, but no, you got to have good writers.
Yeah, that's important.
Except you can't spread them too thin.
There can be a lot of good writers.
Except by what they put on Discovery so far, no, there isn't.
Really? Do we have to have this argument again?
Not an argument.
Discussion?
It's a discussion.
Disagreement?
Sure, we can call it that.
Point of contention?
Sure, we can call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
But it's not an argument.
No, because we don't fight, Josh.
No, there's no argument to be made.
Because
it's obviously bad.
It's obviously correct and good.
See? There's no argument.
No, it's just
obviously bad.
Sure, we'll go with that. Because I don't care.
No, like... So when they did Next Gen, or the original series, they had... Well, original series can kind of push off to the side because they had nothing to build off of. They were just... They were running with it. But in Next Gen, they had teams of writers writing different episodes and, like, presenting... Like, here's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they would pick the best from those.
Yeah, they were... it was episodic. It wasn't like an overarching story.
Even when you had an overarching story, you pick the best one. Like, here's what I want this particular episode to be about. You can always do that,
of course,
but not if you're got like your one writer's working here and he's a real good Star Trek writer, but he does action real good, but he doesn't really do drama really good. And this guy does really good technical stuff, but he doesn't do drama or action really good. And this guy does good space idea stuff, but yeah. But now we got 5 different series to put a really 4 good writers on together. Where are you going to put them?
Well, they're each going to have their own series. They're not...
Yeah. And then we're going to get one that's really good at action, but crap at everything else. Discovery. We're going to get one technical one. that's probably going to be the Pike one. We're going to get one that's really good about the lore. That's obviously Picard, because they're digging real deep into next-gen lore.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, like...
That's why you build a writer's team. It's a writer's room.
Yes, that's true.
We just have to wait and see.
But there's only so many people that are good at writing Star Trek, and none of them work for Discovery.
Of course, because Discovery is crap. And
right.
It sucks, and we hate it. Yeah.
And Section 31 is going to be the worst of them all.
I don't want to watch that show.
Right?
I will, because it's Star Trek.
It's going to be the worst of them all.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Because it goes against everything that's Star Trek. I think that's some of the things I don't like about the Picard so far. Is like it's super dark.
It is super dark, and the Federation are bad guys.
Yeah, and like first of all, Romulus just transporting in and just killing people left and right. That's being covered up. Nope, nobody's going to be like, hey, this person's missing and murdered, and oh, she died in the explosion, but
there's no evidence.
No evidence.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Conspiracies at the highest levels.
So yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of things here and there that don't really make a lot of sense or aren't good, but I'm sure it'll be explained.
I'm hoping they don't go too dark.
I don't think they will. I think they're going to...
I think they are, though. If things flow the way they're flowing, they're going to go dark.
I think there's going to be some dark and some light.
And then there's no hope in the future. And that's the whole point of Star Trek, is to show that there's hope in the future.
I think Picard is bringing hope back to the Federation.
I don't think so. I think he's going to go off into his own little private spaceship and go save, what's-her-name's sister.
Daja's sister? Yeah. Soji?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was her name. I watched it twice.
I only watched it the once.
Oh. I wanted to make sure that I watched it twice so I had all the information in my head so we could talk about it, as we're doing right now.
So, and I'm fairly certain that guy's an assassin at the end.
Which guy?
The guy that she's talking to at the end.
Oh, the Romulan guy that came in on the Borg cube?
Well, on the cube, yeah.
Well, it's a Borg cube. The Romulans are living in it, but it's a Borg cube.
It's a cube.
Yeah, it is. It's square.
Yeah.
Or cube-like. So yeah, it's got a lot of potential, though, I think.
It's got potential.
Yes.
We'll see if it does anything with that potential.
Yeah.
I'm still cautiously optimistic, but I was not blown away by the first episode.
Okay, because I've heard all kinds of reactions from different people. Some people say it's the best pilot of any Star Trek. Some people say it's in the middle. Some people say it's ugh, So reactions are all over the map.
It is not a great pilot. Because a great pilot tells you what the story is.
Yeah, this doesn't really.
This is a decent episode 1.
It's like...
There is a distinction between pilots and episode 1s.
Yes, this is kind of like in medias res. They're just going to throw you right in the middle of stuff, and this is what's been going on.
Because the pilot part of it is also not only to show the audience what's happening, but it's to show, like, the people who are buying the show. And since they didn't need a pilot because they made it, so we're getting an episode 1.
Yeah.
And it's all right.
It's very cinematic.
Yes, it's very cinematic.
It's not filmed like 90s Star Trek, that's for sure.
No.
No, there's some dynamic.
There is some weird discrepancies in the way technology is used.
What do you mean?
Like, everybody's got floating holographic displays.
Yeah, but they couldn't do that tech back in the 90s, though.
Yeah.
And it is 20 years more advanced in the universe, too, so...
Yeah, except floating holographic displays are a terrible display system.
Well, sure, but it looks high-tech and fancy.
Yeah, that's Discovery creeping in.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's by the same guy, right? Kurtzman.
Yeah, but it stick with what they use. Because holographic displays, one, are bad, because inherently you'd have to have something projected up.
Yeah.
I know they got holograms and da-da-da-da.
All the things, yeah.
But just a backed display would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why would you put up a holographic display when somebody on the other side of the room can read it backwards and go, that's what they're doing.
I know. It's weird.
Yeah. So, meh.
But it looks cool, so we'll give them a pass on that. What did you think of Picard's vault? Meh. We got to see the Enterprise D, the Enterprise E, the Captain's yacht, the Batless, and the Tong knife things, and all the stuff, and the banner. It was like they said, okay, so we're gonna fan service the heck out of you. Put all the nostalgic in one spot. Just here, you're good.
So
that's all for you.
Yeah,
now we can move on.
He's got a lot of stuff, and they had to deal with the fact that he owned a lot of stuff.
Right. Yes.
And sure, it makes sense. That's basically a replicator / transporter, quantum locking everything. So it's the original thing being in the middle of a transporter cycle. Probably learned that from Scotty, because he did that with himself for a couple 100 years.
Relics, 75 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, all right. That's fine. That's cool. Whatever. I didn't really like the unfoldy thing it did.
Yeah, that was weird.
Like,
that was very Discovery-like.
Like, why not just, like, you're rematerializing the object? Why is it wrapped up if it's been, scanned and molecularly stored in a quantum state? Why wrap it in this weird foldy octagon thing that didn't make sense?
Because
that's nitpicky.
We have a lot of money and we can do effects.
Yes, but you didn't need the effect.
No.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Tea, Earl Grey, decaf. That was a nice touch. He's old. He needs to have his decaf. It was cute.
Except there's whatever.
It was fun.
Yeah, but it doesn't impact the story in any way, shape,
Not
or form.
even a little bit, but it's just one of those nods back to the day.
Yeah. Like I said, the whole thing was, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it was, okay.
It was okay. It was great. It was awesome.
No. Don't jump ahead like that.
No, that's too much. Is it too much effusive praise?
Too much, yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not perfect. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it, probably because I was looking forward to it so much. And Picard's my captain. He just is.
He is. He's one of the best captains of the series.
Mm-hmm. The series is?
Yeah. That's hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
That's why I just said series. Make sure to put that second S on there.
Gotta.
But, yeah. It's a wait and see. It's got potential.
It does.
But it looks like it's already starting to get some bruises around the edges, and we'll see where that goes.
Well, I was watching a YouTube breakdown of the episode this morning, and the guy said that basically what they had to do was throw in about 5 or 6 episodes worth of exposition all into this 45 minutes, so that you knew what was going on, you caught up with the universe and all this kind of stuff. Which is kind of what it did, but they didn't really explain anything too super in detail or very well.
So, I don't see where there was too much dump of exposition until the second half of the episode.
Okay.
First half of the episode was just good story use of exposition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we get the interview with the captain, right?
Which filled us in on a lot.
It fills us in on a lot. But it is also contextually important.
Right.
So that's fine use of exposition. It isn't a dump, it's a use.
Yes.
So that's a difference. It's not a dump. It's not until we get to the second half and we go talking to them at the Daystrom Institute that we really run into, here's an expedition dump.
Yeah. Thanks.
Just swallow it whole. Just take it all in.
As provided by Ellison.
Relax your throat.
As provided by Allison Pill. That's why they used her. Because her last name is Pill, and they had to give you a pill dump. I see. Swallow it whole. Here you go.
Sure.
That was a stretch. I tried something there. It didn't work.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's what we do here. So yeah, overall, going to watch another episode?
Like I said, I'm going to give it the 5. Mm-hmm. Which is half the season.
Yes.
So
you might as well just finish the whole thing if you're going to go that far.
That's not the way this works, Sean.
It does.
I watch either 3 or 5.
Uh-huh.
And if I don't like it,
yeah,
I stop watching.
So normally it's 3, but because it's Star Trek, you go 5.
Because it's Picard, I'll go 5.
Okay.
I went 3 on Discovery, and I was like, no. And you were like, no, seriously, it gets way better. Everything is smoothed out, and then it didn't.
But it did.
It didn't.
You don't know because you never got further.
No, you said it gets better in the next 2, and it didn't.
Oh, well, I tried. You should just watch it anyway because Star Trek is in your DNA.
Yes. And I will not have it profaned by this dark parody of itself.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Moving right along, it's time for a podcast promo for another podcast right here on the ESO Network.
Hey, Geekazoids! The Metal Geeks podcast is your source for all things geeky from the perspective of a couple of metalheads.
And me, George.
That's right, and George. This is Carrie the Metal Geek along with
Brutal Dave.
And George Stripsis.
Join us as we wax philosophical about our favorite subjects.
Yeah, like what?
Movies.
And TV shows.
Video games.
Comics.
Theme parks.
And heavy metal.
Join us on each episode as we discuss special topics.
George hates metal.
And find out what's tickling our little geeks.
And much more.
Come listen to us as we audibly age in your ear holes.
You can find us on the social medias at Metal Geeks and visit us on our website at metalgeekspodcast.com.
Keep it metal.
Keep it geeky.
And me, George!
Thanks, Metal Geeks. That was awesome. We love your show. Carry on. Okay, so this is the part where we talk about Celebrity Deaths of the Week. It's your favorite.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
You love the Celebrity Death of the Week profile?
Actually, generally, no, I don't.
No, you don't?
I like my celebrity to be alive.
Oh, yeah, that's probably preferable, because then they can provide us with more information and entertainment.
Justly so.
Yes. Terry Jones, Monty Python star, passes away at age 77.
Well, that's just sad.
Yeah. Did you hear about that this week?
I did not. You're informing me now.
Oh, well, here we go.
I'm a big Monty Python fan.
I never got into it as much as I should have. Like, I watched some of it here and there, and I enjoyed everything, but it was just never something I really got into.
Most people just see the highlights.
Yeah.
Because they got a lot of really funny sketches.
Yes.
But I got, the whole Flying Circus on DVD.
Oh, yeah?
And there are some, some stuff didn't age well.
I remember one, I don't remember who was in it or who did the thing, but it was one thing where this guy, in a sketch, he was going around with a trench coat, and he kept flashing people for I don't know how long the sketch went on for, and everybody's like, oh, and so finally at the end of the thing, it flashes the camera, he opens up his coat, he's wearing clothes, but he's wearing a sign around his neck that says boo. It was the funniest thing I'd ever seen. It just struck me as hilarious.
Some of their stuff is very, very 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Some of their stuff is very British.
Yeah.
And it's
it's a very unique sense of humor.
I don't get some of it.
Well, sure.
But then again, a lot of it is just frickin' funny.
So there's a whole article here on the Facebook page. I'm just going to read one paragraph where somebody's talking about him, and they say, he was far more than one of the funniest writer performances of his generation. He was the complete Renaissance comedian, writer, director, presenter, historian, brilliant children's author, and the warmest, most wonderful company you could wish to have. So what could be better said than that? That's a great tribute.
Yeah.
And there's a whole article on the Facebook page. It's filled with tweets from different people who pay tribute and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to read it here because you can just go to the Facebook page. But that's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what else to say because you keep bringing up people that pass and it's oh.
Well, we are a pop culture news podcast.
I know.
We have to fill in the audience.
I can't say anything entertaining about somebody who just passed away because that's
sad.
Rude.
Well, right. You enjoyed his work and you
I
appreciate what you took from it.
Exactly, but
the end.
There's not much more to say.
Nope, there's not. But we can say that Sony officially announces Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
So that we just got one in the celebrity death?
That's all I found.
Okay.
There's probably more.
We really need to put a break between that and moving on to the next thing because Sony announces and it still sounds like we're in the middle of the celebrity death. So
no, that's it.
All right.
How do you transition from that? There's not an easy way. We've been doing this for 6 years. Still haven't figured it out.
I don't know, a bell.
Ooh.
Just a ding and moving on.
Okay. We could do that. We could totally do that.
Do you remember the old read-along tapes that they used to have?
Yes. That ding when you had to turn the page?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll have to get a soundboard. Maybe what we need is like a dedicated laptop for the podcast with a mixer and a soundboard.
Sure.
Patreon.com/Darth Vaderloo. Give us money, guys, and we'll do a better show for you.
All right, moving along. So, okay, they're doing Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Yes.
Cool. They did a good job with the first one.
Still haven't seen it.
No?
No.
It's good.
I heard it's awesome, and I want to see it. I just haven't.
They did a good job with the first one, so I will give them a chance for the second one. I don't know how they're going to do anything with the second one, because that's kind of...
Yeah, it doesn't really say what it's going to be about.
It's kind of hard to do another Universal crossing like they did with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll give them a chance.
Speaking of crossovers and stuff, remember that the DC TV universe did a big Infinite Crisis on Earth thing crossover extravaganza?
Crisis on Infinite Earths?
That's the one I'm talking about. That's coming out of my mouth all jumbled backwards.
Okay.
So last night, before I went to bed, I said, Robin, set me up with some illegal downloaded TV, and I want to watch all 5 episodes in a row. So I did, and I haven't been watching those shows in about 2 years, so I didn't know who half the characters were. But pretty good. Lots of stuff going on, and I think the whole premise or the whole idea for the whole thing was just so that they could collapse all the alternate universes and just make one, so they don't have to go through dimensional barrier rifts and stuff to...
Yeah, but it's not like it's been holding them back any.
No, but now it's easier, because now they're all in the same universe.
But then that creates the classic DC problem.
Which is?
But Superman.
He is getting his own spin-off show, actually.
Yes, but...
Superman and Lois.
But the whole problem with most superhero shows taking place in the DC universe is but Superman.
Yeah.
There's a giant problem.
Okay.
But Superman.
They're all taking place in different towns and cities.
But Superman.
I know. Maybe he's off doing something. Who knows? They'll write around it. That's why you get good writers.
Yeah.
A good writer's room is important.
But Superman.
I know.
The question always becomes down to, but Superman.
But Supergirl.
Supergirl, she is working her way up to where Superman is.
Yeah.
She hasn't been there as long as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
She's never quite as powerful as Superman because he grew up on Earth.
Right.
Experiencing it from a young infant stage where she came as a teenager.
Right, because her pod got knocked off course.
Well, she was always going to be less steeped in it because he grew up in
the yellow sun,
where she came partially mature.
Right.
So she'll always be slightly weaker, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, she's going to get up there, and she'll eventually be but Superman and Supergirl.
Yeah.
And then it will eventually be but Superman and Supergirl and The Flash. Because as The Flash finally starts getting up to speed, because that's what he does, he can be anywhere in a fraction of a second.
Right.
So what problem is in the world that he can't solve between the three of them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly. So why do we need Batwoman?
I don't know. My favorite part of the crossover was when we saw original Flash, Barry's dad, that actor, John Wesley Shipp. He was part of it. And they did a flashback to him in the 1990 version of the Flash TV show. It was just like a 5-second clip. It was awesome. It was my favorite part of the whole 5 episodes.
I enjoyed that show. It was good.
Yeah. It was really good back in the day. Yeah. I've been meaning to rewatch it, but I just never come across it.
He looked way too buff in that suit.
Yes.
They didn't give the Flash a runner's body. They gave him a boxer's body in that suit.
And he looked so much younger in that clip from 30 years ago. It was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it was 30 years ago, Sean.
Yeah, it was. That's a long time. People age. He also played Dawson's dad on Dawson's Creek. Did you know that?
No, because I didn't watch Dawson's Creek.
Well, you should.
Why would I want to watch a soap show?
Why wouldn't you? I watch more than just sci-fi, although it's 97% sci-fi.
Yeah, no, I don't watch soap shows.
Yeah.
I hate pointless drama for drama's sake.
Okay.
I had enough problems with that dealing within my friend groups. I didn't want to watch additional stuff on television.
Well, you know what? It kind of informed my life because I was going through similar things to Joey and Dawson and Pacey at the time, so I get it. It was a thing. That's Soulforge. That's a Soulforge topic, which I'm not going to get into. But,
I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
I'm assuming 2 boys and a girl?
Yes.
Okay. Pacey's the girl?
Pacey is the boy, played by Joshua Jackson, who's a Canadian fella, and he was in The Fringe.
Okay, so that's the guy from The Fringe. Okay.
Yes. Because Pacey and Dawson were best friends, and Joey was the neighborhood girl that they were also friends with, and Dawson loved Joey, but Joey got with Pacey. And it was drama.
See, pointless drama for no reason.
Yeah.
This could have been avoided by,
6 seasons worth, I believe.
I'm pretty certain this could have been avoided by Dawson going up to Joey.
Yeah, Joey was the girl.
And saying, "Hello, I know we know each other very well. Do you want to date? I have interest in a relationship with you." No? Okay. See you later, my friend. And leave. End of drama.
Yeah, but without the addition of radical honesty, that's how you get these shows to continue for years and years.
That's not radical honesty. It's taking your shot or shutting up. You don't just create pointless drama for years for no reason.
But the ratings, you don't understand.
But in context of in-universe, they don't care about ratings.
No, but the writers do, and the producers, and the advertisers.
That's why I don't watch these shows. It's pointless drama for no reason.
And I love it.
It's horrible.
I know.
I would rather watch daytime soaps than most of the teen soaps that came out in the 90s.
I used to watch, I think it was General Hospital with my mom in the summers, and that's where I was first introduced to Sarah Michelle Gellar and fell in love.
So, at least the daytime soaps, particularly you get one of the good ridiculous ones.
Yeah.
The drama is not pointless drama, it's ridiculous drama.
Totally ridiculous.
Like, oh no, my twin half-sister that you didn't know about
yes.
has shown up, and she's trying to kill me and put me in a coffin for 6 months with an air supply and a food supply for some reason. I'm not going to mention where I went to the bathroom and what I had to deal with that.
Right.
But, I was buried in a coffin alive for 6 months. And you didn't know it was my twin half-sister.
Right. My twin half-sister. Okay. That's awesome. Speaking of pointless drama, I just finished Season 3 of 13 Reasons Why. And then I started on Season 3 of Stranger Things. So I've just gotten into that. But the pointless drama of my actual life has prevented me from watching more. But I did finish off Season 3 of Dragon Prince.
Okay.
So I'm enjoying that. You watch Dragon Prince?
I do. I watch it with my family.
Yes, I thought so. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think it's time for trailers. What do you think?
Sure, we can do trailers now.
Okay, let's get into some trailer reviews. What was the first thing we trailered?
I believe that was Bloodshot.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Here's a trailer for Bloodshot.
And initiate sequence.
I'm home.
Memories are made of this.
What is this place?
I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but you got yourself killed. At RST, we rebuild the most important assets in the U.S. military. Soldiers like yourself. You're the first who we've successfully managed to bring back. But improved, enhanced. With the technology in your veins, you have an army inside you that will not only make you stronger, it will heal you instantly.
Holy shit.
Now tell me, do you remember anything?
Where are you going?
I got unfinished business. I'm gonna find the man who murdered my wife and kill him.
Oh, that's not good. All right, shut him down. And initiate sequence. Okay, who is the next target for elimination?
Memories are made of this.
Tell me, do you remember anything?
Do I know you guys?
I don't think so.
They've been manipulating you.
you think is real sometimes ain't. And initiate sequence.
Control me forever.
Sure about that? Revenge is what makes a man like you exceptional.
You know nothing about men like me.
That is absolutely fantastic.
I feel like I just heard this. Are they playing this on repeat?
And we've already seen the first trailer. This is the second trailer with Vin Diesel. And I love me some Universal Soldier.
Yeah, it's a really advanced Universal Soldier.
Yeah, it is.
Without the good writing.
You don't think it's good writing?
I don't. This second trailer is like, I don't think we're going to enjoy this.
Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it. I don't know if I'll go to the theater, but it looks like mindless bloody violence, which sometimes you need.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't.
He's being controlled. He's dead. He's alive. What is he?
It's Vin Diesel.
Well, he's not the most versatile actor in the world. He's got a brooding face and a gravelly voice. What more do you need?
Yeah, but this is just another Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to watch it.
No?
No.
Okay.
Which is sad because I want the Valiant universe to kick up.
Right.
That way we can have two competing movie universes that will actually, have a chance of succeeding against each other.
Which are what?
Valiant and Marvel.
Okay.
Because DC's not doing it.
DC is not doing it. They're not in the race, are they?
No.
No.
They've had a few good starts.
Yeah, there's been a few good ones here and there.
But they just can't link them together.
Birds of Prey is coming out on the 7th. With
the Birds of Prey and the miraculous emancipation of Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
First of all, you shorten that title back to just Birds of Prey.
Well, when they talk about it on TV, and Birds of Prey is coming out. They don't say the whole convoluted title. Are we going to go see Bloodshot in the theaters? Maybe on a Cheapy Tuesday?
We'll see what else is out.
Yeah. Okay.
I generally only go to one movie a week.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Next up was Morbius, the living vampire.
Michael, I've known you since you were a child. You have a gift. You always have. If there's an answer to the disease, you'll find it.
I should have died years ago. Why am I still here if not to fix this? I have a rare blood disease, and I'm running out of time. This could be my last chance.
You're up to something. What is it?
That's not exactly legal.
I want to see you get hurt more than you already have.
This would be a cure.
At what cost? Michael, what's happening?
I went from dying to feeling more alive than ever. Increased strength and speed. The ability to use echolocation. And an overpowering urge to consume blood. How far are we allowed to go to fix something that's broken?
Until the remedy is worse than the disease.
Michael Morbius. Got tired of doing the whole good guy thing. What's up, Doc?
Yes, vampire bats. That looks really entertaining. I don't know what the heck's going on, but it's like he's got the super soldier serum, so it's kind of like that.
It's kind of like that. He modifies himself so that he's no longer affected by disease. This kind of backdoors a bit, depending on which way they go with it, with the blade and all that.
Yeah, kind of similar.
But this is Sony rather than Marvel.
So it's in the Venom universe.
Well, it's in the
Sony Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of thing. It's confusing and yeah.
So they're trying to put together their own show, and it I don't know.
It might be okay. I think we need to see another.
No,
you don't
I don't think it is.
You don't think it'll be okay?
I don't think it is.
Do you think we need to see another trailer?
Maybe, but I don't think it's going to be okay.
No? Why not?
Because that's going to encourage Sony to keep making movies.
Right, and I think Disney just needs to buy Sony too.
Don't tempt them.
I'm sure they've already thought about it.
Unfortunately, Sony's making enough money with the PlayStation.
Right, so they can stay afloat.
Yeah,
So, would we see Morbius in the theaters?
Probably not.
No?
Probably not.
I did see Venom in the theater. And I was,
yeah, you're the whole reason we're getting a second Venom.
Yeah, it's my fault. For my $8 or whatever it was.
You and a few million other people.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I'm not saying it was good, but it wasn't that bad. And that's a lot of praise sometimes.
Okay.
So, maybe I'll see
It didn't cause me to gouge my eyes out.
Right. And
a glowing recommendation.
A glowing recommendation, yeah. That's right.
Next up was Vivarium.
Okay, here we go.
Welcome to Yonder, a wonderful development. It has all you'd need and all you'd want. Number 9. Number 9 is not a starter home. This house is forever.
B for a boy.
Do you have children?
No. It's not exactly what we're looking for.
That guy was so strange.
Yeah. Wait. No, I don't think this is the right way.
Yeah, this is the way we came in.
Number 9 again. Did we just do some kind of loop?
How if we just...
Want me to drive? Such a jerk. Because I think this is not possible. We can't make turns like this over and over.
We have gone this way, Tom. Oh my god.
What's happening? Maybe they'll let us go.
What if they don't come? What are we supposed to do? Should we just sit here and we wait to die? It's a boy.
Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Run to the locks and throw away the keys. And
all we wanted was a home.
You are home.
You creepy little mutant.
Okay, so we've got the actress with the best name in cinema, Imogen Poots, and not Michael Cera, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes.
And what's happening? They're trapped in some kind of space-time
This is
distortion.
an allegory movie.
Yeah.
This movie is pure allegory.
For what?
Suburbia.
Yes.
And the mundanity.
Mundanity? The mundaneness? I think
there's a way to say that. My English fail me now.
Oh.
Whatever.
What are you trying to say?
The menial modern society, the way it's set up to just make everybody cookie cutter.
Because they're looking for a home of their own, and they find it, and they're trapped in this pocket universe.
Yeah. So, it looks weird, and I think I would see that in theaters.
It kind of reminds me of Eternal Spotlight of the Sunshine Mind, or whatever that was called. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? I don't know. That long title.
The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Yeah, that. Kind of the same kind of trippy kind of weirdness. And I kind of wish it was Michael Cera. But I guess Jesse Eisenberg will work.
There's really no telling them apart.
There's not. There's one more, too, like that. It's not Adam Sandler. It's the guy who has a similar name. Andy Samberg. He's just a little bit older.
He kind of looks like them. He's like their older brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But these two
it's hard to tell them apart.
They really need to be in the same movie.
If they haven't been, it's a shame.
They need to be in a movie as brothers.
Yes. Because I think that would be great. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Eternal Sunshine, Spotless Mind stuff with Jim Carrey, he's circling the idea of The Mask 2.
We had The Mask 2.
No, I don't think we did.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, The Mask 2 is a movie. It's not a good movie. He wasn't in it.
No, but I think it'll be like his sequel to it.
So they're again cutting out another sequel that didn't do well so that they can call this one the actual sequel.
Yes, the Terminator Paradox.
I think it started with Halloween, did it not?
Maybe. Yeah, sometimes.
Because Terminator, they literally just cut out timelines.
Yep, with a scalpel.
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of movie 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 2, 6. There you go.
Yeah, so we will literally remove the timeline that caused this to be.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I really don't like... Well, this movie is the actual sequel. The other sequels that we made aren't the real sequels. But if you enjoyed them, that's too bad for you, because those don't count anymore. These are the official sequels now.
Yeah.
Because we didn't like it, and what we're going to make is probably worse than what was already out there, even though what was out there was bad, but it was at least funny bad. But this isn't funny bad, it's just bad. But this is the real sequel.
More money.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, that's... Enough is enough.
Are you putting your foot down?
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday, sitting there with my brother, we're just talking about whatever, and he plays this clip for me from Trump, where he's talking about Elon Musk, and he says something like, he does good at rockets. Did you hear that?
No, but it does not surprise me.
It was ridiculous. If I can find the clip, I'm going to put it in here just because.
Tesla's now worth more than GM and Ford. Do you have comments on Elon Musk?
Well, you have to give him credit. I spoke to him very recently, and he's also doing the rockets. He likes rockets, and he does good at rockets, too, by the way. I never saw where the engines come down with no wings, no anything, and they're landing. I said, I've never seen that before. And I was worried about him because he's one of our great geniuses, and we have to protect our genius. You know, we have to protect Thomas Edison, and we have to protect all of these people that came up with originally the light bulb and the wheel and all of these things. And he's one of our very smart people, and we want to cherish those people. That's very important. But he's done a very good job. Shocking how well, how it's come so fast. I mean, you go back a year, and they were talking about the end of the company, and now all of a sudden they're talking about these great things. He's going to be building a very big plant in the United States. He has to, because we help him, so he has to help us.
But I just had to bring that up because he does good at rockets.
He does good at rockets, too, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, he's a moron, but it's amusing. So, you remember a while back, sometime last year, we did a hypothetical because you had a dream.
I did. I had a dream that the mall was turned into a spaceship.
Yes, and then we asked our listening audience, what did we ask them?
Basically for a breakdown on, like, what if your workplace, like my one with the mall, was transformed into a ship, how would it be organized? What kind of ship would it be? What would your role be on the ship?
Yes.
Like, I'm the maintenance man of the building, so basically I'd be the chief engineer of the ship.
Of course.
He does good at rockets, too, by the way.
Mine's a general purpose ship. Because it's an office building, so there's a lot of data processing. We got several finance guys.
Yeah.
We got courts, so we got a justice system on the ship.
Right.
Armed officers.
It's like a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my ship would be a general purpose ship. My role would be chief engineer. So I asked the audience, okay, what would your ship be if your workplace was transformed into a ship? What would it be? How would it be organized? What would your role be on the ship? Yeah, I think we only had Richard from Australia give us a message so far.
Yes, which was great. So he won the competition because it's been closed now. But I talked to Jarman from a Play on Nerds podcast.
Okay.
And he's working on one. He's thinking about doing it, but he's a busy guy.
Okay.
Do you ever listen to a Play on Nerds podcast? With Steve and
Occasionally,
Jarman?
yes.
Okay. They've changed their format. They've been doing a lot of Muppet Treks. So what they'll do is they'll take
they'll take an episode
of the Muppets and the original Star Trek and compare and contrast in air date order.
Okay.
Episode 1 to episode 1, 2 to 2, 3, so on. And I've been listening, and it's hilarious.
Okay.
And I can't wait for Jarman to send his spaceship thing. But we did get one from our good friend, Daniel Peter Hitch.
He does good at rockets, too, by the way.
Ooh, okay.
And pull up the email here, and I'm going to let you read it, because I usually do all the reading stuff, and it's your turn. So,
my turn to sound like an idiot trying to read something?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Hello, I'm Daniel Peter Hitch, author of the Connected Worlds Chronicles and the Bubbles the Pirate children's book series. You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Okay. So he starts off with, "Hey guys." It's appropriate. I think it's the way we open things, kind of informally.
Yeah.
Not like, "Dearly respected friends."
Yeah, no, that would be weird.
Yes. So, first apologize for the delay in response between Christmas and DIY. I haven't sat down to think straight for some time. But as I've been plastering walls and wrapping up gifts this month's hypothetical really stuck with me. So here we go. The spaceship hypothetical. Ooh, and he's got it, like, broken down into categories.
Oh, yeah, he went really detailed, just like you asked for.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Background. I work with a local tourist site at the Chatham Historic Dockyard. I was born in Chatham, Ontario.
Oh, this is...
Just a little really side...
Yeah, this is Chatham, England, though.
Yeah, Chatham, England. Just a little side. The sails lines between us in the oldest, most complete dockyards of the age of sail, but we are an 80-acre museum trust that covers 400 years of shipbuilding history.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. The type of ship. Generational. Floating geodome?
That's
Question
pretty
mark?
cool.
Travels fairly slowly between stars. Okay. So he's going for a long-term generational ship. With the 80 acres, he's got the space on the surface level.
Mm-hmm.
Subdecks below that to make farming roles.
Sure.
My role in space. I work as a tour guide, kids party entertainer, and gallery attendant across the site, which includes private residence, a working steam train, a lot of open fertile ground that was used for vegetable allotment during World War II, businesses who rent spaces from us, and some warehouses used by a local university. So it's more of a site than an individual building.
Yeah.
So he works across the site.
He does.
To say where I work is a little confusing. I would need to include all of the aspects of the site, despite not working in every building. So yeah, the work site is fine. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like your whole site is where you go to work every day. That's
Exactly.
fine.
That's right.
So I am either an educator, a performer, a ship morale officer, or a part of the crew of the historic warships. It can be a bit of everything.
Why not?
Morale officer is actually pretty important the larger your crew gets.
So he's like Neelix.
In a way, although I would hate to insult somebody by saying that to their face.
Yeah, Dan, you're not a rainbow lion lizard.
No. But, yeah, I think educator and morale officer would fit, performer less so.
Right.
Like, I know he puts effort into his tours and whatnot.
He does.
But that's more along the lines of the educational side than rather a performer. On the ship's side, I think he'd be a educator slash morale officer, which makes sense.
Yeah, he's integral to the functioning.
Particularly if you're making a generational ship. Educators are one of the most important people on the ship.
Definitely.
If you're making a generational ship.
Indeed.
You need to teach the next people to not blow up the ship.
Don't blow up the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he works in a shipyard, which means a functioning shipyard from World War II, which means they probably have guns on site.
I would imagine.
Like cannons.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be able to defend itself.
Yes.
The mall is not going to be able to defend itself.
No.
And I think they might have ships, right? They have ships.
I think he said either ships or submarines or a bunch of stuff.
Either way, I'm pretty safe, but only due to my skills and expertise. Otherwise, as my contributions are pretty low ranking on the ship's necessity skills. I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Like, at any given moment, you wouldn't be doing the job of like an engineer who goes, I fix X today.
Right.
But as an educator, I don't know.
Pretty essential.
Anytime you're doing long-term travel, educators are important.
Yes, that's true.
Like, even now, like, I would say a teacher is one of the more important positions you can have in society.
Agreed.
So, yeah, don't put yourself down.
Yeah.
Crew, between approximately 500 to 800 people. We have engineers, workshops, which presumably now convert over to having space tools to keep all of our vehicles repaired. Yeah, everything would be transferred over. You wouldn't be able to fix your steam engine, because you don't have a steam engine, you have a space steam engine.
Right.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah.
Engine drivers, navigators on the steam trains. Could be navigators in space, yeah. Catering staff. You need to feed the people.
Oh, yeah.
An office staff, which directs navigation on the ship, which run behind-the-scenes work. Yeah, you stellar cartography. Got to map where you're going, plan what's out there, look for things on the horizon.
Things that make us go.
Well, I was thinking more like things that might smash into us that we need to avoid.
Deflector shields.
Yeah, you still need to plan not to hit
Yes,
things.
definitely you do.
A security team, yeah, that's always good. With CCTV and cross-site comms devices. A team of students to pass on the relevant skills. Yeah, if you're doing generation ship, you need the youngins.
You do.
My team is the VizX, are made of a variety of people. Residents who have their own vehicles and cars for commerce with other spaceships. Yeah, generally any place that's a parking lot, that would be basically a shuttle bay, and everybody would have their individual shuttles.
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, that's the way I would run it.
Yep, for sure.
Because then your car is a little shuttle and get around. Capabilities. An in-house network computer system to manage the day-to-day running of the site, yeah. In-house IT department to repair and upgrade those systems, yeah. Historical paper records and departments in libraries for teaching skills. A military wall around the site, as well as storage units for a large number of people and supplies. On-site church and licensed wedding venue. Neat. Site means we can conduct religious ceremonies. About 20 usable, reinforced on-site World War II air raid bunkers exist to shelter some of the crew. Yeah, that's one of the things that you don't see often in television sci-fi is like
safe houses,
like locked down areas where you can put the crew in case a hole goes in the side of the ship and all your air goes whipping out.
Yeah, that's usually left out.
Yeah, you need a bunker room for people to lock down in. Like, non-essentials, go to the lockdown zone.
Yeah. With
its own air supply, so you don't all suffocate to death when the hole gets ripped in the side of the ship.
It's important.
Yeah, it's important. So, yeah, the bunkers would work in that role. We have multiple movies and TV shows filmed here where we have a large amount of room to produce television shows to entertain our nearby craft. That's also useful.
Yeah, it is.
A workshop with extensive tools. So you are basically, it's a dockyard, which means you can help repair the smaller ships, like the 101 Mall, because you're 80 acres. We're like 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you'd be a repair ship, which would also be incredibly useful. Water pump and filtration, although inoperative now, could be repaired. Yeah. Obviously, you'd have the facilities like air purification, all that would be added in.
Yep.
Supplies. Access to the river is vital to our business. So do we have a water supply if presumably some of the water comes with us? So the shipyard access to the water, you wouldn't need as much water because you don't need a shipyard as much anymore. All the things are being converted to spacey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd have water to supply yourself with your own supply of water.
I kind of see his whole thing as like the forest ship in Silent Running.
So I can see that, like doming over the main section.
Yeah.
But the whole section where you have the docks for the ships, I'd put that outside the ship as an exterior docking port.
Of course.
And your screen closed. You'll have to open that up again.
I will open it up again.
You don't have password on yours. Okay.
No, it's face recognition.
Oh, okay. So I could have just done that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where was I? We have 7 spillways which contain a fleet of lifeboat, vehicles, cars, and tanks which could now be sent out to mine for resources and harvest for on local planets. We have a mixed diesel battery generator solar with tweaks to some of the university buildings and wind solar sails. Power on site, which could provide electricity. Yeah, you'd have an excess of electricity because I think the mall has one tiny generator.
Oh, that's not enough.
Yeah, well, it's literally just to supply power in case of emergencies to one system so it doesn't fail. So yeah, you'd have a lot of power. A historical site that people from other ships could visit, bringing in wealth and money to open systems of a barter. Fertile ground to offer the chance to grow fruits and vegetables as well as produce oxygen for air supply. That's the thing that I did for the mall. Like, the idea that came to me is just more levels below would be farming levels.
Yep.
So, yeah, plenty of space on that. With 80 acres, jeez, with 800 people. I did the math on how much cubic feet of plant matter you need for each person.
Okay.
I think it's 1.2 cubic meters of plant matter will supply enough oxygen for a person indefinitely. But it's more than that is needed for food supply.
Right.
So you'd have to do the math on it. We have 3 warships, 2 ships and 1 boat. Yeah, okay. You have sub-ships on your vessel. You're doing pretty good, man. Yeah. If they convert into shuttles, they wouldn't convert into shuttles. They're ships of their own.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they might not be very large, but I think some of them would be bigger than some people's buildings. So, yeah.
Because Robin, my brother, drives a cab, and that's his whole thing.
He'd be a little shuttle driver?
That's it.
By himself? A little shuttle driver?
Yep.
Oh. All right, so a Cold War submarine. Yeah, okay, that's bigger than some buildings. Yeah, these are ships, man. You have sub-ships on your fleet, which would be equivalent to having a cloaking device. Yeah, I would agree with that. A sub would be basically, that's what they did in the original Star Trek.
Yeah.
When the Romulans cloaked, it was basically surface ship versus submarine.
Balance of Terror, classic episode.
Yeah. A World War II destroyer, the fastest Greyhound C-class HMS Cavalier that is heavily armed, so we could repel alien invasion / human attack, and also control an area around your vessel. Multiple ships means you have that large area of control.
Yes.
A Victorian sloop for anti-piracy ship in the Pacific, which now hosts weddings and corporate events. So we could repel human pirates and host diplomatic functions. I don't remember my nautical sizes. I don't remember how big a sloop is.
I have no idea.
Is a sloop 1-masted or 2-masted?
Mm.
Okay. I'll have to look that up to what a sloop is. That's just for my own. But I think that's a medium-sized ship.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Which would be a small-sized ship compared to modern ships.
Yeah.
But
it's got a cool name, sloop.
Well, yes. But yeah, that cool little ship. Probably be fancier because it's converting a sailing ship. A dockside gun emplacement. Yeah, obviously they have guns, but only on one side of the ship. That would be the side where you have your spaceport.
Yeah.
For hooking up other ships and fixing them. So obviously you want to control that area. The fleet of maintenance vehicles, vans, milk floats, trucks, buses, and steam train to ferry goods around, as well as munitions. Lifeboat, mine layers, mine clearers for rescue, military purposes. Your site is turning out to be like a core ship to a fleet.
Like an aircraft carrier.
Almost like an aircraft carrier, but like in the space terms, the most important ship would be the ship that helps fix other ships in a fleet.
Yeah.
So this would be a core ship to a fleet.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to park my ship nearby so you can fix us.
Actually, I am abandoning the post office ship, and I'm going to go work for those guys.
I don't know. I don't think you have the right accent for it.
I could do it.
Don't do that. Don't. No. They'll space you for that. Come on, Sean.
All right.
Oh, I included a map. Yeah, you'd be a long, narrow ship.
Like the Battlestar Galactica.
Well, he's comparative science fiction ships. If you had to compare our ship to an existing ship in sci-fi lore.
Hi, this is Admiral Adama, Battlestar Galactica, saying you're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
I'm going with Battlestar Galactica minus the jump ability. Well, I'm assuming that we have some kind of
something.
Some kind of travel. I was generally assuming continuous thrust I wasn't going to go with jump drive.
Right.
So generational ship makes sense. You don't really need a generational ship if you have FTL.
No.
Hope this is, guys, what you're looking for. A belated happy 6th birthday to the podcast and a happy New Year's to you and all your listeners. Dan. Okay, Dan. I like your ship.
I knew you would. And this is exactly what you were looking for when you...
It was. It's a good breakdown. Included a map, so his pretty decent size. It's got multi-parking for the docks. I like it. Are the docks... Yeah, the docks are semi-enclosable, are they not? Does that look like the docks are semi-enclosable?
Yeah, it kind of looks like that.
Okay, well then, that'd be perfect for repairs.
Yeah.
Because then you can enclose. Yeah, that's a pretty good site. You would have a core ship for a fleet.
Yes.
A repair ship with 500 to 800 people. That's a good crew base. Add another 30% for children. That could be a core ship to expand the crews of other ships as time passes.
That's right. Good job, Dan.
Yeah. See, if you had made it in time, you'd be the winner so far.
Yes. Because that's super detailed.
It is, and I
you can tell he's a writer.
Yeah. I'm glad my hypothetical hit you.
And if any other listeners want to participate, it's never too late.
No.
So that brings us to the end of our show.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you want to keep going? Is there more you have to say?
No,
it's a good spot to end it.
I just didn't think it was that much time had passed already.
Yeah. Well, you had so much fun. And how could you not when you're spending time with me?
Sure.
So
yeah,
really,
we'll go with that.
There you go. All right. So, listeners, thanks for coming by and listening to Rusted Robot Podcast with Sean and Josh for another exciting week. Make sure you do all the things. Leave a 5-star review. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell your friends and family and your enemies too. And until next time, remember, if you can't say something nice, make it funny. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. Your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope you'll tune in again next time. Remember that you can visit therustedrobot.podbean.com for all of our social media links, and don't forget to share the show with everyone you know. The Rusted Robot Podcast is your best source for geek-style pop culture news.
I could do this all day.
Something that I need to bring up, if that's okay.
Yeah. Please.
I'm here with a formal invitation. And it's for you, Whoopi.
Oh, for me?
Alex Kurtzman, who is the senior executive producer of Star Trek Picard, and all of his colleagues, of which I am one, want to invite you into the second season.
That's pretty good. Boy, the jobs are coming to you now, huh? Yeah.
Okay.
So many offers she's getting lately.
Really?
Yes.
Look at that smile.
I just said to him, does she have to take the hair thing off? And he said she can do whatever she wants.
Absolutely.
This was one of the great experiences of my... I've said this on the show before, but Star Trek was one of the great experiences from the beginning to the end. It just, you know...
Look at you guys.
I had the best time. Best time ever.
So glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, it was wonderful having you, and we cannot wait to have you with us again one more time.
Are you getting emotional?
Yes.
Are you getting emotional?
She's awful clamped.
Oh my gosh.
She
Whoopi's
told me how
never
much.
emotional.
She told me once how much she loved doing it.
Yeah.
And
Really?
we had
What's
a
her
little
favorite
about
thing?
it. Yeah.
Well,
sugar.
you know...
Okay.
Yeah.
My producer's saying we have to move on to a question, but I'm really enjoying Whoopi being the emotional one. So never
Is it
happens.
rare?
It's very rare.
Yeah.
It's normally all of us. I don't know.
Maybe I've
But
started
fans
something.
are rejoicing around the world, including my husband, who's just a huge Star Trek fan and was very jealous that I'm even in your presence today. But you're reprising your role as the legendary Captain Picard, obviously, as we just said. But it's been 18 years since we saw him. So how do you play a character 18 years later?
Well, it's easy. Jean-Luc Picard has aged 18 years. Fictionally, Patrick Stewart has aged 18 years. Actually,
Right.
so that's
It all
not.
works out.
Yeah, and I don't have to work at it because it's just me.
That's right. That's right.
It's who I am now. Hold on to
Identity acting.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the best kind, by the
Okay.
way. It was not a problem. It really wasn't. The problem had been initially in getting an understanding between Alex and myself and Akiva Goldsman and Michael Chabon and Kirsten Beyer. We have such a team of writers on this show. It's astonishing. And I wanted to show that Picard's world had changed because Patrick's world has certainly changed. And we are no longer now living in the same kind of society we lived in 18 years ago. But you talk about this every morning, so this is not news to you.
So Whoopi's character is going to age 18 years as well, if not more.
No, she doesn't have to.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't have to do anything. And besides, she's Guinan. And,
You're
and
hundreds of years old.
And who knows what
So who
Guinan's
knows?
history really is. So that could be one of the excitements down the road. We haven't talked about half the things.
She never is like this, ever. This is the first time I've
she
seen you
never
in
gets
2.5
quite this
years.
excited.
I've been here 2.5 years. I've never seen you like this
But
before.
now she was excited with Stephen King also.
But she always talks about this time so fondly, and that work so fondly. Always. So
and it's an iconic
this is
show
so
that's
special.
beloved by millions
This
and
is
millions
special.
of
And I think I might have been the last character that Gene created, that he actually created, I think might be mine.
I would say that were true. Lasting character whom we saw again and again and again. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so it's connected to Nichelle Nichols. It's connected to all kinds of stuff.
It is.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.